Hey guys, give me a break, man. On the first of a series of videos I'm going to be doing tonight, responding to various people on the internet from my Give Me a Flick Man channel randomly. My friend tonight, these videos will be sponsored by Grants. Now, those of you who are not of drinking age, don't drink. I'm just having a little sip here. Okay, we're just going to have one little sip here. Don't drink irresponsibly, and don't drink if you don't like it. I mean, it took me a while to develop. I was disgusted by this. I should have stayed disgusted. Anyway, cheers, guys. I'm going to sip it. People say, don't sip out of a shot glass. Screw you. Okay, this is Give Me a Flick Man. And I interact with the Japanese community. First of all, I want to say that I mostly teach on this channel, but I've also decided I'm going to be dealing, handling, taking care of, interacting with everyone involved as much as I can in the Japanese community. So I'd like to start the video out today with the first video of a series I'm going to hopefully make tonight. This is a pretty big bottle. So the first one will be to it's called Zeppelin in Tokyo, number 18. It's called Kanji. It's by TokyoZeplin, Z-E-P-L-I-N, Tokyo Z-E-P-L-I-N. Posted 2 days ago. And I just want to thank TokyoZeplin. First of all, I want to thank you for subscribing to me. And I want to thank you for, and your video, I want to comment on your video. I was talking to someone else here on YouTube. I was talking to, okay, I just had to, I said his real name by accident. Okay. I was talking to Kiko Simon earlier today, and he told me that TokyoZeplin, he told me about your situation that you lost your fiance a few months ago. So I'm sorry for that. You know, I'm sorry for that. Yeah. So that sucks. Yeah. However, in the spirit of good times, and if you know, I don't want to treat you like a handicapped person. So I'm going to treat you like a, you know, I just want to say, I'm going to point out, yeah, I realize you lost your girlfriend and it's terrible, but that has nothing to do with your video and the things you say in it. So I hope you can realize that I do honestly feel bad that happened to you on one side. But I also want to thank you for pointing out in your video that maybe you're an idiot. Because now I don't have to. Because your video is kind of nuts. First, I want to kind of give you my point of view on a few things. I learned all the kanji. Okay, I know pretty much all the kanji. Okay, rarely do I come across a kanji that I haven't seen before. Of course, I've come across kanji that I go, damn it, I can't remember what that means, or I don't remember how to pronounce that. Of course, that happens to me all the time, and I can't smoothly read a newspaper, but I know what's happening in the articles, right? Translation is tough, but I can get the general gist of things. And I rarely come across a sign that I cannot read. Okay? And I'm not oh yeah, and the other thing to point out is that learning a language has nothing to do with being a genius or intelligent. I know this is hard for some of you to figure out. The fact that I speak 3 languages doesn't mean anything, except that I studied hard, you know, especially Japanese, because Spanish I was born with, because my parents are Spanish speakers. All right, so that's not, you know, neither here nor there. So some of you think, oh, you're smart if you speak 4 languages. I saw this comment just today. It's like being able to play 3 instruments, you know, or 4 instruments. It doesn't make you smart. It just makes you someone who put in the time. Okay, you put in time, you can learn 10 languages. Some people learn them faster than others. Doesn't mean you're smart. Being logical, you can be multilingual and be an idiot. Believe me, I've met them. Okay, so let's get back to your video. In your video, you talk about kanji and you say that there are 50,000 kanji. Yeah, there are 50,000 kanji. Chinese characters have been created, but even in China, they don't use that many. All right? In China, I think they use 10,000. This is not about China, so forget about that, China. But the point is, in Japan, there are not 50,000 kanji in Japan. And the government only recognizes 1,945, I think. I think they're called the Joyo kanji. Not I think, they're called the Joyo kanji. I think there's 1,945, but they've added a few to that. So I think there's over 2,000 now that most people know, right? You said your ex-girlfriend. I don't know if this is the ex who committed suicide or your ex you broke up with. It's kind of a weird thing to say ex to someone who committed suicide, I think. But so I'm confused. So I mean no disrespect if this is someone who's passed away, but I think she was lying to you or she was being modest, because I've never met anyone who only knows 500 kanji. Okay, you basically have to be an idiot in this country to only know 500 kanji. It's almost impossible. The literacy rate here is incredibly high. I think I saw a statistic once. It's like 99% or 98%. Everyone can read, and everybody pretty much knows all the kanji, right? So I mean, what can I say about that? I mean, you do your own research, okay? I'm just working from memory. I did look up. I didn't look up the literacy rate, but I did look up a couple other numbers. According to the homepage here, it says according to the authoritative Dai Kanwa Jiten, there are 50,000 total, but most of these are highly obscure. However, most of these, the microphone's over here. However, most of these are highly obscure. So, yeah, you only need the Joyo kanji is 1,945, and it is okay. Here it is. It is believed that knowledge of about 3,300 characters is needed in order to be a literate Japanese adult. So there you go. That's the information there. Okay. This is. I'll put this link, I guess, in the side. Alrighty. Number one. Number two. The myth. There's a myth about there being three language, or well, Japanese like to brag about. Well, we have. Our language system is very difficult. We have hiragana and katakana and kanji. There's no reason to brag about hiragana and katakana. That's like us bragging that we have uppercase letters and lowercase letters, okay? Yeah, sometimes they look the same, like Z and Z, but sometimes like D and D don't look the same, and E and E don't look the same. You know, I mean, some of them just don't look the same. Some do, some don't. But it's the same with katakana hiragana. It's basically an irrelevant conversation. Who cares? Kanji is so difficult. You don't have to even talk about how many, about the hiragana and katakana. Okay, you have three. Okay, if you want to push it, you have three. But Japanese also have to learn the alphabet too. So they've got it just about as. But in English is amazingly difficult to remember the pronunciation of the words. It doesn't make any sense at all. You basically have to learn those words one by one, right? So the pronunciation, there's no logic to it. So at least with kanji, hiragana, katakana, all the pronunciation is the same once you know it. Everything's there's no. That's the easy part, right? So that's the first thing. So I guess that's all I got to say, because this pretty much disproves most of your video that most of Japan's social ills are based on kanji. I mean, no. There's a lot of stress here, a lot of pressure, but people don't walk around going, "Damn it! I wish I could read that stop sign." No. So, but I got to tell you, your video is very slick looking. I like the way you did that. I don't know how you did that. It's a very slick looking video. You seem like a nice enough fella. I don't mean to be picking an internet fight with you or anything, but you're wrong. Yeah, I guess that's all I got to say. Oh, for those of you who are intimidated by kanji, the more you learn, the easier it gets. That's all I got to say. I'm one of the few Westerners who stuck around. Okay, I went to YWCA Japanese school, and by my final year, I was the only non-Chinese and non-Korean there. There was one Korean left, and everyone else was Chinese. I think it was like 10 people in our class, because they drop out because the Westerners cannot deal with the kanji because they don't put in the time. It's basically memorization. It is. It's not genius. It's just rote memorization. You got to figure out a way to remember it, and it's not that hard. Once you get it, once you break it down, I did do the Hasek method, and that helped partially, but I also just, drilled it into my brain. So you can get there, but just like anything, it's going to take time. Like 11 Colors has said many times, it's just a lot of hard work. If you're not willing to put in the time, there's no secret to becoming fluent in Japanese. And the kanji really, really helps, because sometimes I'm having a conversation and I'll hear a word I've never heard before, but because of the sounds of the words, I can kind of break down the kanji in my head and think, oh, is it this kanji? Is it this kanji? Oh, I kind of get the meaning. Yeah, so it's very useful. You know, it's like knowing prefixes and suffixes and root words in English. You know, if you know some of them, it really helps you on your understanding things. So I've gone on long enough. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for the. I hope you accept this video response, but no hard feelings if you don't. If I ever get to Tokyo, I assume you're in Tokyo, man. Let's have a beer and you can, you know, like I said, I'm not trying to pick a fight. So kanji's not that hard. That's all I want to say. All right.